I just said something really stupid. No. Like I said, I never actually got to use. I'm just the inventor of the Titanic. I invented the triple expansion engines and the turbine, basically. I never actually been on a boat. I would tell that people all the time. It's like, well, I've never actually been on them, but I designed them. Like I designed the steam engines. I designed the what's it called. I mean, I used to think about it all day, all night, and basically a lot. Anyway, though, but the triple expansion engines basically were my design. They're my idea, basically. And the steam turbine in the center of the three, having the steam exhaust go down into a third turbine was basically all my idea. And I wasn't exactly sure it would work when I was having them build it. I mean, we tested it out with a model. They tested a model and they said it worked. So then we started to build the bigger one, and they did a smaller little test too, a little runabout boat test thing. So anyway, though, but yeah, there was a two-person or small crew scaled model of the Titanic, basically. Anyway, that seemed to work pretty well. So anyway, though, um, like I say, I'm the inventor of the Titanic, basically, and for like a couple hundred years, or at least 100 or so years, like it was a really good design and really good steamship. So anyway, I invented it and I had it built and all that other stuff. I invented lots of things from mining equipment to what's called. Although other people invented too, so I can't. Like I say, I was always very hesitant. I was always like, well, I invented this and that, and I did this and did that. Like I would always tell people. I mean, I would say, well, it takes a team. It's a team effort. Chinese or Asians were there. There were Germans doing metallurgy, and later on they were doing the cubic zirconian coating that went in that lined the what's called the foundry things. They did a lot of work. I mean, they were really amazing scientists. I love them very, 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 very much. And they were epic builders of cities. Really were technical and structural engineers, and they were amazing. They're the best of their kind. I mean the best in the world. So, I mean, they really knew metallurgy really well. The Germans taught metallurgy to the Irish people, to the Scottish or Irish, basically, Ireland. They were my metallurgy people from Germany, and they went to Ireland, and they probably also went to China. Anywhere I had my companies or anywhere I had my stuff being built, my Germans were there. They were very, very, very good people. I loved them. I adored them. I always I always thought of them as basically an older man with glasses. Like I said, in Germany was the first time that the world ever saw anyone with glasses. Because there are a lot of people back in the old days, that would just see things blurry, and they thought that was just their luck in life. But from Germany, we were building binoculars and stuff like that, and telescopes and stuff like that. And I thought, well, because one person said he couldn't really see that well, the words were blurry on the page, and I thought about it, and I was like, well, wait, maybe your eyes are just out of focus or something like that. So I had some Germans start taking a look look at his view, his things, and I was like, well, just put a whole bunch of different lenses, a different magnification or different whatever, and see if you can get his eyesight to improve, by just build a machine test out some lenses with different grinding patterns, and then we'll see what, try magnifying or whatever, just like binoculars, because you have to like move something back and forth, binoculars or whatever. Anyway, though, like I said, my wonderful Germans did all of it. I just told them what I wanted them to do, and they did it. And like I said, it's the same thing with exoskeletons. And usually in the past, though, I was a little more directly connected to my exoskeletons. But with Germans in Germany, I just asked for things to be done, and they did what I asked. So, like I said, I always had a big board around me, lots of people that cared about me, and I cared about them very much too. Like I said, that's why I hired security guards and all kinds of stuff, and even okayed the use of my money, so, and like I said, I also had the Renault manufacturing plant, basically, and all those epic dams that were, and when I built them, because I was building them, and I was putting in my own money and everything else like that, as an investment in the future. So that's why I had them done with white concrete and stuff to basically say, this part of the dam is mine, or this is, I'm helping with this dam. So as a White Star Dam, basically. So anyway, though, so yeah, it's me. So Lucifer Star. So anyway, though, but apparently certain people didn't know that, or they didn't want to admit it, or they just, or something like that, basically, because you have Nixon and JFK and Jimmy Carter and a bunch of other people that just don't really care about who owns what, or who invented what, or how much seniority I had, basically. I mean, apparently, being the creator of over a third of the stars in the universe wasn't enough for them. And being the creator of humankind, and even namer of America, I mean, I'm the one who invented the word America, and I'm the one who invented the Constitution, and that's why my Constitution is used throughout the world as basically a constitution for pretty much sentient life forms, and how to treat them, and stuff like that. And the laws and the contracts and everything else, that was all me, basically, because I'm creator, I'm inventor, I'm the one who designed the Spanish language, and also probably even a fair amount of the English language. So anyway, though, and communication was always a big thing for me. A long time ago, someone didn't want the life forms communicating with each other, and I moved to break that because I wanted my life forms to communicate, to each other as well as to me. So anyway, and that might have been a bad idea, I don't know, but a long time ago, some other creator didn't want its life forms talking together. And anyway, though, but I'm not that, whatever that was. I am the one. I like my life forms to communicate together and even socialize with each other. So anyway, yeah. So interact. Like it's a triangle, basically. They can interact across, or they can interact to me, or whatever. Anyway, I always found that a fair amount of openness, and also like just cross communication. We were in it together. Like I said, I may have been funding the Titanic and an inventor of the Titanic, but I heavily relied on my Belfast employees, and I tried to pay them really well too. I tried to feed them really well too. Best food, best. Sparing no expense, setting an example basically to the rest of the world. This is me, Lucifer Star. So, and this is what I do, and what I can provide. So, anyway, and the Titanic was a big bet. Many people, when I was building the Titanic, the first big epic steel ship, many people said it was going to sink in the water, or that it'd be too heavy to move, or they said there's no way we can power this thing. There's not enough power. It's not. They said things like, "There's not enough steam in all of England to move this ship." Anyway, and most people called me a fool for creating this giant steel ship. They thought it was just going to sit in the water and not actually going to go anywhere. But it did, of course. It worked. It worked well. So anyway, and they said things like, it's going to wear out right away and this and that, and it didn't. And it worked really well. So it worked just as it was designed to work. And there were many cheers and many celebrations. It worked, and it worked well. It was able to cut through waves like a butter knife, basically, through butter. Or a cheese knife, or whatever. It's more like a cheese knife, sir. Anyway, yeah. So, um, anyway, yeah.